My friends, we got a bunny and a special one indeed here, Marshmallow Bunny Cookie, and we got the gear guide for you here today. Thank you for tuning in. As always, if you got a question, if you got a comment, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. And additionally, thank you for your support, the likes and the subs as always, and thank you to all of our members. Now, a couple things here. This is the brand new special cookie, and it is special indeed. And we're going to talk about some of the key characteristics and things that are a little bit different about this one in particular with the latest and greatest update. We got all the gear, the tarts, the toppings, and the biscuits to help you be successful with Marshmallow Bunny here. So thank you for tuning in as always. Let's get to it here today. Now, a couple things. This cookie is available to you over here, so make sure you check it out. Pavilion of Promise. You can get it over here. Click on it. We now have 24 attempts. So you can use all those up from 15. And additionally, you have an opportunity to use some additional boosters here with these Yell or Choco eggs to give you a little bit better of a chance improvement to get this cookie. If you are looking for more purity crystals, we got a guide here on the channel to do that. My number one tip here on that is make sure that you focus on the towers. We got a full Sublime lovely playlist for you. But anyway, back to the Marshmallow Bunny Cookie here today because you want to know about this one and the gear. So a couple things. This is a support cookie, a rear cookie. Like I said, it's a very special cookie. You can get it from the Pavilion. Awesome as a free-to-play player, just like me, the number one free-to-play player to help you get that cookie. Okay, now a couple things here. It does have Let's Go Bunny Tunnel. The first thing here is this moveset is a 17-second cooldown, which is pretty long, by the way, so we'll call that out. Let's Go Bunny Tunnel, Marshmallow Bunny Cookie, who, I like saying Marshmallow, who teleports through tunnels, is safeguarded and invulnerable to enemy attacks. So upon using her skill, Marshmallow Bunny Cookie opens a bunny tunnel and hands out marshmallows and various egg bunnies to allies. The greater her Amplify buff stat is, the more egg bunnies she will create. Marshmallow Bunny Cookie stats also increase depending on her Amplify buff. Very different relative to any cookie that we've had. We're finally taking advantage of Amplify. Very key here. Now, a couple things. Marshmallow. Healing 15.5% of attack every 1 second for up to 7 seconds plus 0.6% of max HP. So we got a little bit of a combo there. Additionally, HP shield 16.5% of max HP for 7 seconds. Here are your egg bunnies. Soft bunny, damage resist plus 25%. Debuff resist plus 30% for 15 seconds. Sweet bunny, damage resist bypass plus 15%. Attack plus 17% for 15 seconds, and Fluffy Bunny all element crit damage plus 20%, crit percent for 15% for 15 seconds. Egg Bunny stack up to 1 time. Again, 15 seconds of the 17. And then Bunny Surprise here, you got the attack plus 1% for 1% of Amplify buff on self capped at 35%. Amplify buffs plus 10% is going to give you 1 Egg Bunny. For 2, you're going to get, or 25, you're going to get 2 more egg bunnies. So this is 1, 2, and 3. Very interesting here because we got quite a plethora of things. And we say that because we have attack booster, we got HP booster, we got a 17-second cooldown, we got amplify buff, and depending on what we're doing here, we're going to get even more. There is a lot to this particular cookie when we think about it in terms of a spectrum. Amplify buff on one side, cooldown maybe on the other, plus attack and some of that HP in between. So we're taking advantage of some of these other key pieces, even though this cookie does get, right here, is safeguarded and invulnerable to enemy attacks here, who teleports through tunnels. So very, very interesting there, being able to leverage some of those other things, which in particular to some of our other cookies, didn't really do much. So now we have that opportunity. So, okay, so here's the base power. This is where we're at. Before we get into this, because many players always ask, I have a lot of research, a lot of guild stuff. It's a great time to check out our Discord server if you got questions. And again, for a great community for those guilds. And great time to like and subscribe. All right, so here we go. Let's go ahead and level this thing up. You can use any of those pieces if you need to. There we go. Up to 90. A new topping slot is available. Very awesome. Couple things here. Let's go ahead and upgrade here too. or at least take a look. So here's what we're getting. We're getting a plus on healing. Very, very important there. We're going to go to level 90, actually. We're going to go all the way on this one. Very important. We get a little bit of a buff on that healing, like you saw. So very, very important there. Now, here's where we're at without our biscuits and toppings. Now let's go into the biscuit. So a couple things here, like I said, we got a spectrum, we got cooldown, and we got amplify on the other side. Regardless, what you need to do between the two is go after that 35% amplify buff. If you don't quite want to get there, when we look at this thing, then figure out, okay, so you're only going to get 10%. You're going to be on damage resist bypass and the damage resist, or sorry, just the damage resist there. So if you go on that cooldown side versus amplify, at least get 10, you're going to be more focused on a survivability bunny. Now, if you go all the way to amplify, you are going to be heavily focused and incentivized on that attack. So those are kind of the key things to really think about when it comes to this bunny. So maybe you want to do that. Again, it's only good though for 15 seconds. So, and it doesn't stack. So something to think about there from that perspective, but you will get this healing for 7 seconds. So make sure that's important. If you can cut this thing down by 10 seconds, you're going to keep those heals on and that HP shield on as well. So don't forget that piece, the marshmallow piece there. So again, that's the trade-off for this particular cookie that is a little bit different. Now, if we go to reverse engineer, instead of starting with the biscuit like we've normally done, we're actually going to go into the toppings. Now, the first thing about the toppings to understand, this cookie does get access to the new toppings. So you can absolutely take advantage here. Let's see if I can find it in a daily gift. Right there you go. By the way, you can get some choco eggs. Is right here, the fuzzy wuzzy toppings. I don't have enough of them yet. And when you look at this, what you're going to see here is we got attack, we got fuzzy wuzzy chocolate, we got almond, we got caramel, and we do have apple jelly. What we don't have is amplify buff. So I wanted to call that out before we start to talk about the resonant toppings. Now, generally, resonant is the way to go. And what you're going to see here is, look at that. Marshmallow Bunny Cookie does have an opportunity to get it. So if you're going to go down that route, maybe what you want to do is use the resonant toppings on this, on the cooldown. Now, if you do go that way, what you're going to want to do is make sure those substats have amplify buff. If they don't, then you don't want to do it. So going back to our cookie, a couple things. If we go in here and start with that amplify buff, we want to make sure that we have cooldown. So here is going to be very important. Now, additionally, outside that, if we get attack and HP, so attack, HP, cooldown, and amplify buff are going to be the big ones. So if we load this up, my friends, and if we look down here, sorry, that's not amplify buff. We got to go grab the amplify buffs. Oh, not crit. Here we go. Multiple upgrade. Let's go find it. Let's go to 12 here. And we're going to go amplify this thing up. Where are you? Right here. Okay. Let's go build a bunch of these. There we go. Now, on top of that, we got swag and merch while you're waiting. And a great time to like and subscribe. All right, thank you for that. And our members do get an awesome opportunity at getting Braverse cards. Yes, awesome. And additionally, coupons for crystals and everyone's favorite rainbow cubes. All right, so here we go. Let's go ahead. Now we got enough. Let's go back to it. When we look at these things here, you have a 6-piece set that only gets you to 12%. So you got to get way, way up there, my friends. You saw that? Check that out once again. Look at this. 35%, getting to 25 is key. You can go into 35, that's going to offset on attack. So that's why we haven't said focus on attack, because going to 35 alone is automatically going to increase your attack. So wanted to make sure that you are aware of that. So what you are going to want to do is, at least for your base piece, let's go ahead, let's equip all these for now. All right, so here we go. All right, perfect. Now we have them all on here. Then what you're going to want to do is, again, to get that amplify buff on the Tart, you're going to have to go here and grab the amplify buff. Good thing is we got a nice buff percent right there at 9.8. So when we go look at this cookie now and look at all the stats, we're at 29.6%. Very, very crucial and very, very key there. So when we come back to this, that's something else to pay attention to. You got 9.3, I got 9.8, we got 8. It's a big, big one here in our epic tart to really boost. So pay attention to what that looks like. I definitely recommend that you kind of play around with this just a little bit ahead of time. Now, what we're going to want to do, like I said before here, is the substats you're going to want on cooldown, you're going to want on more amplify buff, you're going to want on HP and that attack. Those are very, very crucial from that perspective to take advantage of all the other unique pieces here. So again, if we could get just a little bit more amplify buff, we're going to be just fine. Now, the good news is we're already above the 25%, so we actually don't have to worry about it. If we wanted to get to the 35, we can still take advantage of 5.5% that's going to go to attack anyway because of amplify buff. So really, really securing in on these stats down below here, and those substats are going to make a big difference. All right, so we got damage resist, attack, crits, we got debuff, amplify buff, very nice, more attack, amplify buff, very nice, and amplify buff. So not a lot of other great things underneath boosting this particular cookie. However, we have plenty of amplify buff, so we're going to stay with it right there. Now, what does that mean? Let's go back to our Beascuit. In terms of our Beascuit, what's going to be really important here? We got lots of great attack. It gets a boost on attack. We could absolutely go down the attack path if we wanted to here. I'm actually just going to equip it for now, regardless, just for this video. Now, a couple things here. We don't need damage resist bypass on this thing. What you're going to want to focus on here, once again, is if you can't get enough of the amplify buff on the other stats, like we just showed, focus here on some additional amplify buff. If you're good, everything that you want to pour into here is going to be focused on attack, cooldown, and that HP. That's going to give you all the other pieces that you need to from that perspective to really help round out this cookie. The attack piece, though, for us in particular here, is going to come back here, give us better healing versus those other pieces. Now, again, we got some max HP, which is why we talked about that. And then again, focusing on that cooldown. Now, ideally, what you will want to do here is you will want to be focused on cooldown. Now, we could go and attune that now, make it set up, but we don't need that, okay? So that is how we want to think about this cookie in that spectrum, all the way from, let's go over here, amplify buff to some of the speed stuff, plus the attack, plus the HP, and those pieces to really make this thing kick. No pun intended for getting kicked by bunny feet. All right, so now, my friends, let's go ahead. We'd love to go to world exploration here. We are going back to our old roots here, episode 8. I'm going to keep this one in here because this is a support cookie when it comes to the bunny. All right. Now, if you haven't already seen our cream soda video, you can check that out here on the channel. We love doing gear guides just like this, and it's always a great time to like and subscribe. All right, there's our bunny. Adding that in. Perfect. Let's go ahead and give it a run. Perfect. All right, so now we get to see how this cookie is going to support everything. We're going to go off auto. Now, here's what's going to happen. You can do this right just like that. And now you can see each of these other pieces here, the soft bunny, the fluff bunny, and the sweet bunny. All right, so here we go. Just like that. Now, once again, there you have it. You can see the health bar there. Not really a health bar. There we go. And here we go. Look at this. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Look at those heals. Periodic healing. And what we're on, a 13-second cooldown. So not great. We only cut 4 seconds. We'll do this quick. There we go. And finish off the boss. Not bad. Lots of awesome buffs there. Lots of great support. Lots of good healing. Now, what we're going to do, though, is show you this as well. Let's go here. And let's do this. Oops, let's go edit. Remove. Here we go. Safeguarded cookies only. So, again, Cookie's totally safeguarded, which is why we haven't talked about damage resist on this one in particular, okay? So you can't just run with it. You do need that other cookie. So I save that for the very end for you to understand that piece. Because when we do look at, and we'll pull this all back together here now, for our Marshmallow Bunny special cookie is this. Right here is when you read this, is safeguarded and invulnerable to enemy attacks, but it feels like teleports through the tunnels. It's safeguarded, but regardless, it is actually a safeguarded cookie, so you don't need to focus on the damage resist. What you need to build into is all the key stuff that we talked about here today between your biscuits, your toppings, and your tarts, between maximizing and amplify right here with these, where you're not going to get it on the resonant, and moving over to the biscuit and taking advantage of those pieces. So like us, we added more attack, which is going to give us higher healing, but we lost on the cooldown. So you need to figure out what's going to work for you and how you're going to run and mix your team. In general, what I would prioritize is getting to the 25% of the amplify buff and focusing on that cooldown to cut it down as close as you can to that 7 seconds right there, and take advantage of everything else. So there you have it, my friends. Let's go Bunny Tunnel here today with Marshmallow Bunny Cookie. Everything that you needed to know about this new special cookie, support cookie, Marshmallow Bunny Cookie here in CookieRun Kingdom. We've talked about this one. We gave you all the gear, the key tips and tricks. If you still got a question, if you got a comment, please let me know. I'd love to hear from you as always, and we'd love to see you in our amazing community and Discord server, my friends. With that, thank you. Thank you for tuning in today. I appreciate your support. Thank you for the likes and the subs as we continue to grow such an amazing community. And thank you so much to our members. Like I said, you have an opportunity to win a Braverse pack monthly and some coupons, those kinds of things as well. So check it out. I really appreciate that support. Additionally, we got swag and merch and affiliate links. All great ways to support. I do truly appreciate it. With that, my friends, get out there. Enjoy the brand new special Marshmallow Bunny Cookie, because we definitely had some fun with this safeguarded one here. And it is absolutely going to safeguard your team. Plus, be very attack forward. With that, until next time, we'll see you again soon. Keep on running.